class starts at 8 o'clock. You'll go in and you'll essentially go dig into your books. The instructors are always there to answer any of your questions.
I haven't been to school since high school, so the concept and the idea of having to study and learn and retain information, something I haven't done in a while, but going through all the courses, the instruction, it kind of just came right back in, just like I was back in school again.
So we're shifting gears here. We went from inductive loads, now we're looking at those what we talked earlier, capacitive loads. So we've covered so far the first type where everything was in alignment. What was that called? One of the things that I like to do is I try to think about what it's like for the student sitting in the chair learning a difficult concept. We'll often use a video for students to watch and observe, and then there'll be some activities that correlate with that video where they'll reflect upon what they've seen and tie it to some difficult concepts.
Here at NLC, what we try to do is to make sure that our educators, our training specialists, are as prepared as we can possibly make them. It's our business is to walk right beside you as much as possible, give you whatever support that you need to be successful in that classroom.
So take the extra step now to go phase to phase, phase to phase, phase to phase, phase to phase. And then do a quick visual. Make sure there's nothing hiding in there.
This is the Transformer Training Laboratory. We have one at every campus. It's very important because every student needs to learn the basic principles and the connections for transformers that are used out on the line every day. And so we were the ones to design that, manufacture it, and install it here. And we strive very hard to deliver the very best training and to make the very best training products for our students.
You get to deal with energized live line work. You get to plug it all in, connect it up, and see a light bulb come on or a motor spin.
When the students first walk into our lab, you know, it's more, I think, shock and awe.
Didn't think it was possible that I could understand all of the technology, all of the instruments that are around me right now.
Because you drive down the road, you don't really pay attention to what's hanging on the poles. But when you come in here to the campus, I think a lot of the students, you know, when they leave, they have a sense of comfort.
Every day, every week, I'd notice a new piece of equipment in here that I actually knew the name of and knew what it was for. And then by the end, all of it became familiar.
Students are divided up into two teams, Edison and Tesla. And once they get out into the field, they're split up into crews. The tools and equipment that we do train on here at the school are all line related. So it's tools and equipment that the student will come in contact with or be familiar with as they go throughout their careers.
The way that the school programs it, where we start small and gradually build up to a taller pole, you know, you still get a little rush. You still have to respect what you're doing. But at the same time, I knew the entire time that I was safe.
I think everyone has a struggle, a little bit of fear, but everyone overcomes it. There's a great team environment here. Everyone supports each other.
We're not just taking 160 guys and saying, go climb that pole. I want to find out how each student overcomes his fear to climb a pole, or how each student understands how he needs to hook up a transformer.
Crazy to see when we first got here that everyone instantly was getting along. And that was my introduction to the brotherhood as far as the trade goes. And by the time you're done here with a 15-week program, doing stuff you never thought you could, like climbing a 90-foot pole or a 100-foot tower, like you shared that. You all have done that, and that's something every NLC grad has.
Well, if you look back at the very beginning of the trade for linemen, the job was very hazardous. There weren't a lot of standards, there weren't a lot of safety rules. Today, the amount of hot work we're doing on lines is going up like crazy, yet the accident rate is going down because we've gotten so much safety, better training, better equipment, and so the trade today is safer than it's ever been.
It's kind of like driving down the freeway. We can decide to drive 120 miles an hour, or we can decide to drive the speed limit. You can imagine the outcome. Here we teach everybody to drive the speed limit. That's the beauty of it in the electrical line worker program. We're teaching all the proper rules, OSHA regulations.
Right now the trade is growing so fast, and there's a lot of guys that are retiring now, a lot of experience that's going out the door.
And with the infrastructure now and how bad it is regarding certain areas of the nation, it's something that is almost at a scale where it's not a need, it's almost an emergency. We need more workers. I tell these guys, you know, there's gonna be a time when you do everything on your own. I mean, there's gonna be a time when you close the fuse in and all of a sudden the entire city block comes on and you actually have people cheering. You really do. I mean, they've been out of power and they've been out of their lights for sometimes 2 or 3 weeks.
I was a leg above those individuals that had come from other places just because of the knowledge that was given to me here through the staff.
There's not a better time to be getting into this trade than right now. They have a lot of avenues right now. The different companies available to them, the investor-owns, contractors, cooperatives, co-ops, the municipals, which are the city organizations that work under a city government. They can also go into the military. It's just an exciting time for them right now.
NLC really cares about how you search for jobs, and NLC is going to help you out. All the instructors are going to be behind your back, critiquing everything you do and making sure you have all the right tools to go find those jobs and get employed.
Yeah, so we've hired somewhere around 200 ELP graduates at this point. You know, we use the ELP classes as a hiring pool because when they come out, they have basic safety training. They understand what questions to ask. They've had the great base knowledge lead them to a successful future.
But, you know, the pay now for the trade and the opportunities for further advancement are just significant for those individuals that want to commit to self-improvement and better themselves.
You know, I thought I knew everything there was, when it comes to filling out resumes and stuff like that, but the career planning and strategies course really critiques everything you do. They go down to the nitty-gritty, how you dress, how you look, your mannerisms, and things that you can put in your resume that really helps attract future employers.
And in that class, we're going to explain to you career path so that you can now plan and set yourself on a course for a long and rewarding career.
And then you even do mock interviews at Northwest Lineman College. So I walked in confident, and next thing I know, they said, hey, do you want to go here? And I said, hey, that was my first pick. I did that because of what the school helped me accomplish.
I think it's pretty important just to get out there, get some experience under your belt. Too fixated on a small area and you can't get there, you might miss that window of opportunity. It took me 2 years of trying to get where I wanted to go, but had a lot of really good experiences along the way. You just take what you can get your career going,
This is a highly physically demanding job. If you haven't been working out, if you're not in good physical condition, I highly recommend starting as early as you can to get in shape. By doing the ELP fitness program that the school provides for potential students, it absolutely gets you in the physical fitness that you need for this school. I recommend doing it ahead of time, as much in advance as you can do. Continue doing it while you're here at school, and you'll easily be in good enough fitness shape to complete the competencies we have here.
To address some of those housing roadblocks that our students may experience, we guide them through the options we have available at the time of their enrollment and admission process so that they can make the best choice for themselves.
Get involved in the community action that NLC does, do the volunteer activities, really get involved in the school. Don't just show up and go to school and then go home. Get involved, build the resume, everything you can get while you're here.
All things considered, it costs a little bit of money, but it's nothing like traditional college. If traditional college isn't for you, then this is the best place to go. I think it really just gave me my start,
Going through the program it's the most amazing program I've ever been in. And you couldn't ask for a better school, better trainers. It's awesome.